Hello, beautiful beings. Wow, my throat chakra is really acting up all of a sudden. I haven't sounded like this all day. Just throat chakra activation, bring it on. So, I was laughing because I was just thinking about something that I said in my last video, and that was because have to do a lot of work on this. The amount that I cry has has been so annoying to certain people in my life that they're gone. And it used to just like, it devastated me, absolutely devastated me, because I thought, just me being me was such a repellent for people that they just couldn't be in my life anymore. But that's not the case. It's I was going to say oftentimes, but I don't know that there would ever be an exception to this rule. If you're really working on yourself, if you've awakened with, an awakened being, if you have awakened and you're going through the ascension process, or you're going through the ascension process leading to awakening, your vibration is rising. If you're willing and open to do the work, it's rising. And just they're showing me different examples of how, if a being is suffering from deep amnesia and they are super identified with their personal identity, their personal conditioning, a being that has remembered, or that is desperate to remember and is on their ascension process in it, we can be extremely annoying because our vibrations are so different. I used to take it very personally, and I've seen that that's a huge gift. It's been a huge gift to shed, to have, I mean, oh my gosh, it was devastating to me when I thought that just me being myself, and it literally, like, I have really, really learned to not control it, the crying. However, I don't even know the right word for it, but it has a balance. It has balanced out a lot. The more of that person I shed, the more balanced it is. And I had an idea that my person had an idea that the crying would stop completely, because that's the example that I have when I look around. I don't see people making videos on YouTube and they're crying. No way. They talk about that they were on the floor crying for 2 hours, processing stuff, but I don't see people doing it in front of people. And I had no idea that 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 I would be doing that. Absolutely none. And after I said, please just don't watch, if it's annoying to you, please just don't watch. I lost 2 subscribers. Well, lost doesn't even feel like the right word. It's even subscribers. If, if they aren't open to what is coming through for me, I don't want them. I don't want that vibe. I don't need subscribers to deliver the message to people that are suffering their existence. This is just one channel to go through. There will be others. People in person. I had a beautiful encounter with a beautiful being at this amazing water source that we all go to get our water. And she, I've spent so much time alone, and that's not a sad thing at all. That's, it's cocooning. It's healing. And but I'm very aware of when somebody enters my experience and their behaviors and their energy. And I was getting my water. She was just getting in her vehicle, and she hadn't quite shut her door yet. I think that's how it started. And I got my water, and I was going to get my water, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited every time I come here, because this just feels like such a blessing to literally fill up jugs of water right from the mountain. Oh, it's just right from Mother Gaia, right from, I think Gaia means mother, I don't know. I could just say Mother, or just, Mother Earth, or just Gaia, but it doesn't matter, does it? So, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm just so excited every time I come here. And she responded to that, and she was just like, just like, yeah. And I just love that, when people are, they're just like, yeah, yeah, it is so exciting. And they show how they're feeling, because we've been taught not to do that. Society has taught us all not to do that. Well, we are all society. However, in huge collective consciousnesses, I don't even know if that's a word, but that's just how I'm seeing it. So I thought she was going to leave. However, she came back out and around 2 more times to interact with me, and I really felt that, and I felt that she was very very tender and very guarded. And I used to be that way too, and I don't need to be guarded like that anymore, because I trust what's coming in. When I am encountering people, I trust the vibe that I'm picking up from them. And also something, okay, ancients, please don't let me forget, I'm going to Bunny Trail. Ooh, that's new. So it's been bugging me for a while. I get thrill bumps, like whoosh, waves of thrill bumps. But this has been different. It's like, and it's when I'm feeling uncomfortable around somebody. It's when I encounter somebody that is experiencing, I don't know that they're saying that doesn't matter, but it's not when I encounter somebody with a super high vibe. I swear I just felt it. So it was bothering me so much the other day. I was hanging out with one of my friends, and I said out loud, okay, make it plainly obvious what these goosebumps are on my arm. It's like a big hand is a protective hand is on my arm and holding me back, and not holding me back from something I'm going to do. Well, yes, reacting in anger, but holding me back and putting a hand on my arm, reassuring me of reassurance. But it has been scaring me. It has been scaring me because I get very clear answers, very quickly. And I just haven't been getting an answer with this. Only fear, this fear feeling, and then the goosebumps just on this part of my arm. Well, lo and behold, Christina Lopes. I believe I have a public playlist of her. I'll have to double check. She came into my life several months ago as a divine guide for me, going through some super thick shedding. And she just posted a video about symptoms, certain symptoms. Maybe it was her emergency. No, it was a different video, very recent. And that was one of the symptoms, a symptom of ascension. I believe it was that. And she specifically said that, and said for her that it was like a sign that of protection, and it resonated. You know the truth when you hear it. It gave me goosebumps all over my whole body, thrill bumps, and that's resonance. That is absolute resonance. So that's a gift. Oh, that totally worked. I said that, and now they just put back in place the encounter with the beautiful being at the water today. So I gave her so I was ready to go, but she was still there, and I was compelled. It's not maybe I should. No way. I used to be that. I used to do that, but with practice, it's like this coming into focus with myself, from person to presence, and I went to my car. I thought I was getting in to leave, but I went and I wanted to get a piece of paper so I could give her my number, because I felt this tremendous desire for her to connect with somebody, for you, if you're watching my videos, for you to connect with somebody. And I could feel her deep sorrow. I could feel her incredible pain. And there were some outward manifestations of that also, which I got absolute clear messages. She, I feel, has the gift of divine desperation. just this claustrophobia I'm feeling from her, and I felt from her. This was her position, and I used to do that too. I felt so claustrophobic in my body, like I just don't know what else to do. I just don't, and it's such it's a divine gift, and there we were, our divine interaction, and just the feeling of hope I got from her when I told her that it's surprising we've all made it we've even made it through this. It has been so agonizing, this ascension process has been, I promised her. I didn't promise her. I did not promise her. That came right through. There was a promise made that we are through it. We are through the major part of it, and things are going to start getting better. They won't be so hard. And they also were saying that there will be and there are aftershocks, and it will feel like the same old crap is happening again, but it's not. Just hang in there and try to be, try to dive inside. And at that moment, I only felt compelled. She said, "Do you want me to give you my number also?" And for some reason at that moment I was compelled. I said, "Oh, no, no. When you feel compelled, go ahead and give me, give me a call. But you know what? If you're listening, you do not have to call me if you don't feel comfortable. You could text message me, and then I'll have your number." So, okay, here's the deal. If you feel comfortable with receiving messages from the ancients, then send me a text message, and the next message that comes through for you, I will send you. You don't ever even have to message me back. That's how this works. So I said, "Oh my gosh, I told you or told her I don't have any friends, because I felt this deep desire to connect." Well, that's us beings. We are all the same, and having this amnesia that we are not divine beings, having this amnesia makes us feel lonely to the bone, and desperate for that connection, because we are all one. So of course, forgetting that, it's the worst feeling ever. It hurts so bad. So what I've really been learning about friendship lately is, Papa G has been really coming up for me lately, and like I said, I've invited the ancients to inhabit me. I've set very firm boundaries with the ones that aren't here for our highest good, including you when I say our highest good. But I mean, for the ancients, for myself, for you, for the highest good of the planet. So, if you're open to that, that's the deal. And so friendships, I had, I believe, a divine encounter at one of the most dangerous parts of my life. Let me see where I'm at time-wise. I was in a very dangerous situation. I have, been a couple times through this ascension process, but it was part of my, I had to learn to speak up for myself. It kept getting worse because I wasn't learning the lesson. I was bullied growing up, and, I just hadn't faced it. Oh, I faced it now. And this person was, the person I was renting a room from was super sweet, super passive, really, really sweet. And he said one day, "I have a friend coming over. I'm going to be gone." I didn't know where he was going, but he was going to be gone. And he said, "Please make him feel welcome. Make him feel welcome when he shows up." I said, "Absolutely." And so I was doing something in my room, and my bedroom window at the time faced the front walkway. And I did something, and I popped up out of the window, and there was there was Steven's friend. I already got Steven's permission to use his name, that's right. There was Steven's friend. And the second I saw him, he felt so familiar to me. So familiar. And little did I know, he got there just in time for the scariest part of my journey in that place. And, we haven't spoke very much since then, but I've always known that he was a kindred spirit / soulmate. Soulmates I kind of associate with really tough lessons. Not him. He feels more like a protector type of, we've been traveling together for lifetimes, and we come into each other's lives when it gets really tough. And so lately, we've come into each other's lives again very briefly, but it's always a real deep soul connection, and helping each other to get through to the next place. So, when it comes to friendship, I see it so differently now. I'm with Papa G. I really don't need friends in the way that the personal identity needs friends. I don't need anything from anybody. I don't need people in the way that I feel like I used to need them when I thought I was a person. If I do need anything, it's to be able to be a clear, open channel to deliver messages to people, to beings that have such deep amnesia, and not so deep too. To that's life-giving to me, to be able to deliver messages. That's friendship to me. They're saying that's really the ultimate description of true friendship. It's to love with an open hand, and I felt like my friend, that's my description of friendships now. I mean, to love with an open hand, and to let them come and go, and to not feel like I need them in my life anyway. That feels so amazing. I am really discovering the true definition of friendship right now as we speak. I'm just going to say it, as we speak, because someday it's not just going to be, me talking to you through my phone or whatever, however else I record. We will be face to face, and I already know this, but I don't need that in order to feel fulfilled. So, divine being that I encountered today at the beautiful water source, don't feel any pressure. I don't need a friend. I really don't. I don't need anything from you. Not even to, let me give you messages, because they're going to come through anyway. Even in my videos, the messages will come through. And if you're desperate enough, you'll hear them. It's just, I don't know if I mentioned it, but I was laughing before I started recording this video, because I was thinking about how I mentioned in my last video that, yes, I'm going to cry. Yes, and somebody I felt I was picking up on, and it could have just been, some old conditioning leaving of mine, the mind saying, oh, she's going to cry again. Well, I said, if my crying bothers you, if the fact that I'm going to cry, yes, I'm going to cry for the next 50 years. I'm not crying right now. I don't feel compelled to. They've told me this for the last, really, I mean, for a long time now, but for the last couple days, they're just really showing me that for some reason, crying really, it's a heart opener. It's a softener. It literally changes our cellular makeup. Literally, scientifically, changes our cellular makeup and helps us let go of all that unnecessary conditioning that we've been, letting run the show. Did I bunny trail? Okay. So when I mentioned that, I see that I'm back down to like 40 subscribers or something, and I was laughing, and it was so beautiful, because, there was a time that would have really bothered me. It really would have bothered my person. But I'm so grateful that they chose. Thank you so much. Well, they're not watching, obviously, but I'm so grateful that they chose, instead of leaving a rude comment, because crying can be so annoying to people that, have so much conditioning around it. And I understand that. So I'm really grateful that they just chose to, extricate themselves from my channel. I'm super grateful for that. I am divinely protected. And I do know that also. So, is there anything else we want to talk about right now? Yeah, the subscriber thing, this is a channel, to be an open channel for beings that are suffering their existence because they think they're a person. I mean, it's just terrible. It's so horrible. It manifests as so many different things in our physical form. to think that we're a person and that's suffering. But, that's not our natural state. So it will end. Love you so much.